Good evening, everyone. This is David Stevens. I'm going to give everyone an update here. I'm recording this around 7:30. So we do have the potential of severe thunderstorms tonight over a good portion, pretty much all of Nebraska, western Iowa, and a good portion of South Dakota as well is under a slight risk of severe thunderstorms. And the main threat from these storms will be strong winds and some large hail. The tornado threats will be mainly isolated over Rapid City, Wall, Hot Springs, South Dakota, and a little bit of extreme northwestern Nebraska here. And then southeastern Illinois has a potential of maybe a couple of isolated tornadoes, but again, the main threat will be the strong damaging winds, and that's the area that's outlined especially across the dashed area. So a good portion, pretty much all of Nebraska will get damaging wind. And large hail will be mainly focused from Rapid City through all of western Nebraska. And again, for a remainder of the region that's shaded, you can get some large hail, but the most intense, strongest updrafts with the hail producing the hailstones looks like it'll be across western Nebraska here. So let's go ahead and jump over to our HRRR model and take a look at the forecast reflectivity here. So I'm going to go ahead and start this at 7:30, and this is verifying pretty good. We do have the severe thunderstorms across western Nebraska. There is a severe thunderstorm watch across western Nebraska right now, and I anticipate that a good portion, pretty much all of Nebraska and a good portion of Iowa will likely be under some kind of severe thunderstorm watch this evening. So let's go ahead and take a look at the storms here. We'll go ahead and zoom in for you. So around midnight, we do have an area, some very intense storms south, mainly stretching from Valentine down towards Broken Bow. That's the most intense area of thunderstorms. And these lines will be capable of producing very strong winds. And we'll look at the forecast wind gusts in a moment, but when you see the bright colors like this indicates that you could definitely get some not only large hail, but damaging winds, especially when it starts to bow out like this. That's indicative of potential strong winds. So 1:45 a.m., so south of Neely, there's an area that we're definitely going to keep an eye on for some very intense winds, and now we'll continue to work its way to the east towards Columbus. So by 2:30, Norfolk is south through Columbus, over towards David City. You have the potential of some strong winds, as well as this leaning edge pushing its way into Fremont by 3 a.m. You can definitely get some intense winds as the line of storms move through. So by 3:45 to 4 a.m., the most intense winds will be stretching from Omaha in a line up to Ottawa and then up to Sioux City. That's the area where you can get really intense winds. And then also about 5 a.m., we got to watch the Mapleton area, Ottawa, back down towards Missouri Valley, where you could definitely get some strong winds overnight tonight. 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts will be possible as these storms continue to work their way to the east. So by 5:15, the strongest winds will be over towards Denison. And stretching from around Atlantic down through Red Oak, they will continue to work their way to the east, producing some very strong winds. So it's by 6:15, it'll be just west of Des Moines. And again, we gotta watch very strong winds. Not really expecting tornadoes or anything out of this. Right now, the strongest winds with the storms are located over western Nebraska. So by midnight, you can see the little bowing lines, like I mentioned before, that could produce some strong winds here. And then these storms will continue to work their way off to the east here. So there's 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts, Bartlett down towards St. Paul. And that line will continue to track its way to the east. So by 2:15, you get 50 mile per hour wind gusts to Neely. Columbus, you're going to be watching too, because the 60 mile per hour wind gust potential. Now, again, this is only a prediction of where the storms could fire. this could be totally off in location, but again, this just gives you an idea of what's possible. So by 2:30, the strongest winds will be to the east of Columbus, heading over towards Fremont. And again, we do have the potential of some very strong winds again at 3 a.m. north of Columbus here. Just an idea of what to expect as these storms move through. So this is 4:45 a.m. You can get a 55-mile-per-hour wind gust over towards Ottawa. And then Mapleton, as you saw there briefly, 42-mile-per-hour gust. But depending on this line, if it goes to Mapleton, you can get 60-mile-per-hour winds. Those Ottawa, so 60 to 70-mile-per-hour winds around 5 a.m. as these storms will continue to work their way to the east. But in all honesty, I think once these storms reach central Iowa, there will still be a little bit of pockets of 50 to 60-mile-per-hour winds. A thunderstorm over the mornings that could produce 50 to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And again, these storms will continue to work their way to the east, but we'll go ahead and go back to our radar here. Again, those 10:15, those intense storms. Burlington up towards Iowa City by 10:15 a.m. as they continue to track their way into Illinois. And you got to watch storms down there as they could spin up. A tornado is possible, though. But again, not looking for any tornado outbreak and stuff like that, but definitely keep an eye on the storms overnight. Well, that's the latest from the Weather Lab. I appreciate you watching, following, and sharing our video. Stay safe out there. Make sure you have multiple ways to receive severe weather alerts.